Welcome to One Crack News. Your boy Carson here, and let's get into it. The landlords are stepping up the trunk in the DOH, that's the Department of Housing, about undocumented immigrants. Trump's plan to evict all the undocumented immigrants. The landlords are opposing this because it's going to cause a tremendous blow to their market and to the landlords in the real estate industry, because especially in Los Angeles, because landlords and local officials across this country saying that this, you know, whole ejection of subsidized housing thing would just displace most of their tenants who are paying tenants. Like, these guys pay, and that's going to put a financial strain on a lot of these landlords. And all the urban developments and the hardliners like Stephen Miller and Trump keep talking about these proposals and all of these housings and how they need to do this. They need to ensure that only verified citizens receive all these benefits. But the landlords and the Public Housing Administration, who would have to evict as many as probably over 100,000 people receiving benefits, say that that plan would just derail everything that they enforce. So you got to look at things like, are you going to be responsible for providing shelter to some of the nation's most vulnerable families? Undocumented immigrants pay rent on time, in part out of the fear of attracting attention and referrals to law enforcement. So the housing authority, they would bear the brunt blow of all the expenses and everything else when people are getting completely evicted. And now they got to go through a court order action to having to evict these families, and it's just terrible. And the landlords, they're the ones that's going to be on the hook for having to pay all this stuff. No one's thinking about that. More than 30% of people in Los Angeles living in public housing are mixed immigration families. The cost of enforcing the policy would be nearly $10 million. So you could definitely imagine that if you're forcing eviction on 1/3 of the housing population in the public housing sites, that impact on the households as well as the border community. You know, look, I mean the broader community. Sorry about that. I said border, broader community. You're thinking about what kind of damage this is going to do to the housing market. People who are undocumented immigrants don't mean criminal. And that's the main part here that you guys don't understand. These people are hardworking. The majority of them, they pay their bills on time. You live here, you have social security numbers, and you don't even want to work. But are the main people screaming they need to go? Well, get up off your butt and start doing the jobs they're doing. Most of the members are in the family seeing that they like, well, under this current system, undocumented immigrants may live with families receiving housing subsidies. The assistance is prorated based on the number of eligible members of the family. So most of the members are saying that the process that actually works, you know, it's a system that's been in place that's fair. They don't want to see this practice change. But of course not. But they're looking at any way that they can squeeze money out of the poor. where they can stay rich and don't have to pay taxes. That's all it is. Then, of course, they throw it on a black guy, Ben Carson. Can you believe this man was a former doctor doing surgeries, and now he's the housing secretary? Then, oh, it's not that we're cruel and mean-hearted. Then what the hell else is it? We're just logical. This is common sense. You take care of your own first. Take care of your own? What do you mean? Take care of us like how we are taken care of right now? Because this damn show ain't taking care of us. Your landlords, then you ain't taking care of them. They're your own. Listen, in addition to all that local housing authority, you got to add a toll to the housing department's analysis concluded that when you enforce this type of policy, you're going to cost the agency about 193 million to about 230 million in the first year. That's the bigger picture. So maybe you understand that, Ben. I'm out.